Hey guys, what's cracking? It's Krakenation. I'm coming at you guys today with a really exciting announcement. Season 1 of the Kraken Cup was a massive success, and we are currently in the middle of playoffs. My first playoffs match will be uploaded soon. I guarantee it. But I'm here today with an announcement about Kraken Cup Season 2. After the wild success that was Kraken Cup Season 1, we had some amazing battles. We had a lot of great coaches emerge out of the woodwork. It was, honestly just so refreshing to see some new faces in the draft league community come out and become a really big part. The community was active and positive. We had a lot of great new talent, a lot of great battles, a lot of underdog. It was some upsets along the way in the season. And to cap it all off, we had an insanely tight playoffs race to finish the regular season, I should say. The last few weeks, every single week of the regular season felt like so impactful. It was ridiculously hyped because out of the 16 coaches, going into I believe week 7, only 2 coaches had clinched playoffs, and I believe 8 coaches were eligible to, in some way or another, make playoffs. So everybody's was on the hot seat going into that week. It was beyond hype. Anyways, enough about Season 1, guys, because you're here today. We're talking about Season 2. First up, let me say that both the link to this document that you guys can see this direction over here, right there. The link to that document will be in the description below, as well as a link to the application form if you are interested in signing up, which I really hope that you guys are. Season 1 was awesome. Season 2 promises to be even bigger. We're expanding the league to 20 coaches, which is awesome. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to scroll through this document here, guys. We've got a couple things to talk about here, but we're going to be taking a look at just everything that's going into this season, the couple of rule changes we have implemented, as well as things such as the restructuring of the league a little bit. But Kraken Cup Season 2, as you can see, we got this hype logo that I made here. And Season 2 is looking to be quite excellent. So let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, so we're going to take first a look at this introduction here. Obviously, I talked about how Season 1, at 16 coaches, and Season 2 will be expanding to 20, and we're looking for a lot of really positive, impactful, and active people. Especially if you are a YouTuber, then I really recommend, or if you have a YouTuber that you watch a lot, that you want to come and be a part of this, I really recommend you drop comments in their script videos or reach out to them and ask them if they can be a part of this league. I would really highly encourage that. That would be awesome, and we'd love to see more YouTube faces. A lot of our league was very active in YouTube, and it was awesome to see, so I definitely, I'm excited. So next up, we've got obviously our tier list right here that you can see. I guess you can't see, to be fair, but we got a tier list here. I can pull this up, actually. Let me hide a couple things here because these are a little messy. All right, there we go. So here we got our tier list right here. You guys can't see all of it, but we got some different tiers going on here. We got Mega Evolutions coming back. We are unbanning all of the national decks, so you can see every single Pokemon has been tiered on this giant draft board. So you're going to be able to draft whatever you'd like. And there are obviously some bans, notable bans. Mega Blastoise did get banned because it received Shell Smash. And I'm trying to stay away from banning. I will ban abilities. I'm trying to stay away from banning specific moves. Mega Kangaskhan is the Pokemon right now that is very much on my radar. But we'll reflect more on that. A lot of things are up in the air right now, and these tiers are susceptible to a couple last-minute changes. I think things like Rillaboom might end up moving, for example. We'll see. Anyways, but we're going to be using tiers, and so moving back here for a sec. So, let me move you guys this way. All right, there we go. So, the draft system. Let me explain that right now in this video here. So, there will be, Season 1 had 10 spots on each draft. Season 2 will have 12. So, there will be 12 rounds in the draft. There will be a Mega Round, A1, A2, B1, B2, so on and so forth. We're only going to have one E round, and there's going to be 2 bonus rounds, which are going to be rounds that coaches can basically select anything they want. There's going to be a budget. Every coach will be allotted 75 points. And those right here, you can see how many points each tier is worth. And so those coaches will be able to make selections. If you are an A tier, for example, and you're picking A tier Pokemon, you might be able to drop down if you want. If you see a Pokemon you really like that you think would be a good fit on your draft, you might be able to get it for a little cheap if it's an A light, or maybe you can even drop down a couple more tiers to B. Pick out of order a little bit and scoop up something that you like a little bit more, that's a little lower. And save some points so that when you get to the bonus round, you'll have some points left over, and you'll be able to climb your way back up and take a couple Pokemon that maybe got looked over that you're excited to pick up, maybe some higher tier stuff. Up to you how you want to build that, but there's definitely a lot of really good options there. So that's basically how the bonus round works. You can basically drop down as much as you want, and then the last 2 rounds you can boost yourself back up and pick from any tier that you'd like. Megas will also be worth a certain number of points. All that's outlined in the Kraken Cup tiers list that you can see in this document here. So, trading draft spot is something that we're going to be introducing here in Kraken Cup. It's something that's a little controversial, I will say. I understand that, but I think it's a lot of fun. I'm probably not going to partake in it a ton myself this season. We'll see. Maybe if you guys want to make me a really good offer, we'll see what happens. But we're going to be able to trade draft spots, and what that means is if, kind of how I outlined it here, is if maybe another coach want to trade around draft spots. Let's say you have a really good A1 pick. I don't have a very good A1 pick. I have a really good C1 pick, and your C1 pick is just trash. Maybe I can trade up 4 or 5 spots to your A1 pick. Obviously, it's up to you guys how you want to value different rounds. But you can maybe try to trade up a few spots in a different round and trade down more in a different round, or trade up less more. And however you find that you're being fair to yourself and your opponent, whatever the deal is, you'll be able to trade around draft spots. Now, there are some limitations that I outlined here. It'll be allowed until the moment that spot is used, so you can do this during the draft as well, although once the draft is selected, like a pick is selected, that spot is no longer eligible to be traded. At no time can you have less than 12 picks in the draft, so you can't package together picks and only end up drafting 10 Pokemon. You can't trade in and out of rounds, so you have to have a pick in every single round, A1, A2, B1, B2, B2, all that stuff. So you can't have like 3 A1 picks somehow, And a big point of order is that you are allowed 3 free agents in Kraken Cup Season 2 to use throughout the season, but you are able to package together a free agent if you want to try to sweeten a deal for your opponent, not your opponent, but one of your fellow coaches. You can sweeten a deal. Maybe you can try to throw in a free agent or two to try to convince them if you don't think you're going to need them. And then maybe another coach feels like that flexibility could be really important to them later in the season, and then they could in turn pick up more free agents so they can use more later on down the line. So hope I explained that a little well. It's kind of a lot like a lot of professional sports leagues do, where you can trade around spots in the draft if there's something you really want to pick up. And I think this could be really fun. So we will see how it goes in this season. So in season is going to be an 8-week season this year time around. We're going to have 8 weeks instead of the 7 that was season 1. There's going to be 2 conferences, each with 2 divisions and 5 coaches in each division. And you're going to play each coach in your respective division. The other division in your conference, you're going to play 2 coaches in there, and then 1 coach from each of the other divisions in the other conference. So it's going to total to 8 weeks. You're going to be competing directly primarily against your coaches in your own division. So you play all of them, and then for playoffs, if we scroll down a little bit, playoffs will be the top 2 from each division go into a 8-player bracket. Top 4 of one, top 4 of the other. So out of this conference here, you'll have your 2, and then out of this conference here, you'll have your 2, your 4 and your 4, I should say. Sorry. But the other thing that I want to note is that the trade deadline will be in week 6, so that players can't counter team each other once they already have made a playoff push and think they're going to be able to get it. You cannot make free agents after that, so that players aren't making free agents directly for their playoff run. So you're going to have to make those a couple weeks in advance like we did it in Season 1. Besides that, rules are pretty straightforward. A couple rules I want to outline that may have changed. Clangorous Soul is getting unbanned on Kama'o, as well as, I'll even add right now, No Retreat is unbanned on Phalanx. So those are both moves that were banned in Season 1, so those Pokemon are both proceeding their moves. So these are just a couple things right here, and we've got a lot of stuff right here as well as far as rules go. And then finally, again, this application link will be linked in the description below. So if you guys are as excited as I am, I hope you are. I am beyond hyped for Season 2, guys. Season 2 start date is up in the air right now, although application period will be probably around 2 weeks long. So if you want to get your application, I recommend you do it early and soon. And if you can try to submit as much as you can details-wise in your application, we're looking for activity, positivity, contribution. Just if you're able to tell us much as you can about yourself, that would be awesome. And obviously, we lean towards YouTubers, although you do not have to be a YouTuber. I still recommend that if you are interested, you apply. And if you make a compelling argument, I will be compelled to accept you. But until next time, I will see you guys later. And I hope to see you guys in Kraken Cup Season 2. Krakenation out.